much request, we are going to do the video on how to make your own samoosa purr. I've got flour here. If you can get yourself 00 flour, I think that will be great. I don't have that at the moment. I haven't been able to source that at the moment, but I'm pretty sure it is available. We've got about 500 grams of flour here. I'm going to add in salt here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to just mix the salt up, and then I'm going to make a well in the center and go in with water slowly. I've got about 1.5 cups of water here, which I'm going to gradually add in here and make a dough. We're going to add this gradually and slowly and start bringing the flour in together. That's our dough done, and basically when you push your dough down, your dough should not get stuck or be sticky onto your fingers. I'm just going to move this onto the table, add a little bit more flour, and just keep on kneading it till I've got a smooth dough which is not sticky. So that's our dough done. This is what the dough looks like. I'm going to just I've put some flour at the bottom, flour on top. I'm going to cover it and leave it for about 10 minutes to rest. So we've let this dough rest for a good 10 minutes. You can see it bounces back, it doesn't stick to your finger. That's the most important thing. Now we're going to start working with this dough. We are going to put in a lot of flour. I'm going to utilize this entire table. This is my strip that I've cut using a wax paper, and what I've done is I've cut it around 6 centimeters in width, and we're going to leave it like this. I'm going to show you guys the exact measurement. Right, so I've dusted the table with the flour, and now what we're going to do is we are going to just divide this into two, and I'm then going to just make lemon-sized balls and keep it aside till I am done with it. So I've got about 20 to 23 balls here, and you can go slightly bigger also if you want. I did this so that I could show you guys, and then it was easier. Now what we're going to do is we are going to start rolling these out, and the most important thing to remember here is to keep your flour ready by you. The more you've got flour nicely at this stage, the easier it's going to be to roll out. And what we're going to do is we are going to stack these around 7 to 8 in one instead of one big one, for ease for everybody, so that if you're doing this at home as well, it's easier for you. So I'm going to start rolling this out roughly into the size of a saucer and show you guys. We've done all of these. And what I've done is I've stacked it, or at least placed it with the help of the flour up and up, because we don't want it sticking. And now we're going to start stacking them up. I'm going to start stacking them. I'm roughly going to use about 7 to 8 in one stack. I've also got oil here, which we are going to use liberally over each layer. So we're going to start with the first one here, and basically I'm going to be using my hands, and I'm going to be going into this oil, making sure that each corner is beautifully covered in oil. This is an important bit, otherwise your purr is not going to open. And like this, we are going to do 8 layers, right? 7 or 8, whatever feels comfortable to you, right? The top one, we are not going to cover it with oil. The top one, we're going to leave it exactly like this till I am finished with all the rolled out pieces. So I've done 7 layers here, right? 7 layers. The last one doesn't have oil, it's just got flour. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more on top and leave it, and we're going to finish this entire stack up and come back and then show you what we're going to do next. Alright guys, so we're going to I've just cleaned the table away from the oil a little bit, and now I'm going to just sprinkle the flour. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our stack and start just with the help of my hand first. I'm going to start spreading this out, and then with the help of the rolling pin, I'm going to go in and start building a big roti. And we're going to turn this every now and again and make sure that it's rolled out evenly amongst all sides. So the back also has got enough flour, the front also has enough flour, and now with the help of the rolling pin, I'm going to go in and slowly, just lightly start rolling this out. Guys, so this is my rolled out piece here. I've got a strip that I've cut and kept ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first sharpen the edges. So I'm going to take this and make sure that I cut these edges out. I've cut them into a 6 centimeter width here. So that's that. We're not going to throw this away. This is really nice to keep when you're doing your purr and all of that. Right, so let's try and get as much of a rectangle as we can. Okay. So let's do that. And similarly on this side as well. So going to try and place a line here, just to gauge out, and then just a little bit here, and then that's that there. So obviously you can do what feels right to you, as wide or as narrow. And now we're going to place this into our tray, but before we do that, just gently, I'm going to try and place it here. And I want to brush the top layer with the oil. Because, sorry, let me just bring it closer here. This is what it looks like. I'll move this aside now to show you guys. We're going to brush the top layer with oil really nicely. And then we are going to place this in a preheated oven, 180 degrees. So the reason why we want to do the top layer with the oil is because in the oven, obviously, it just gets dried out. So you want to just ensure that this way, but the top layer generally always is a waste. I'm going to place this in a preheated oven and bake it till it starts rising. And then we'll turn it over a little bit and leave it for another few minutes in the oven. So just want to show you guys, when it starts rising like this, we're going to take the oven out, just flip it over a little bit and leave it for another few minutes. Okay guys, and that's our purr straight out of the oven. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on this cloth here, just cover it for now, let it cool down a little bit, and then we'll start opening them up. So I've just literally tried to throw it here. For now, we're going to just close this. That's my 3 beautiful stack of purr that's ready here. I'm going to place all the others in the oven, let it just get done, and then show you guys. Guys, so now that we are done and the purr has cooled down a little bit, we are going to separate it first and stack it and then start filling it. So here onwards, it's going to be pretty simple. Just have to take it here one by one slowly and start separating. So just gently we're going to separate. That's our purr. Start layering it on this side and come back till it's all done. That's all our purr all done. Now we're going to start filling them up. You want to make sure you keep them in a damp cloth so that they don't get dry. Basically the folding method I've showed you guys before, but I'll quickly share it with you guys again.